Hello there. I don't usually do reviews. Here or there I will. But I really feel adamant about these little figures that just came out this, I guess it was past fall. But it's the new Ninja Turtle toys. Not usually crazy about them, but they're usually pretty terrible. The new show is okay from what I've seen. There's Leonardo. Of course, Raphael. Michelangelo. Donatello. And their Master Splinter as Leonardo falls. Main reason that I picked these up, never really cared about the show. Show-wise, they usually change too much stuff. This last one's been okay. Splinter's face deco is not exactly my cup of tea. I plan on changing most of these. Splinter's actually the least exciting. You can see up his little skirt here. His kimono. He does have some articulation, much better than the original toy, but he's lacking when you tail spins. He's got a couple twists and turns here and there. And of course, this little goatee Fu Manchu soul patch thing. It's okay. Splinter will be repainted almost completely to look more like his original 80s color. This like weird, I don't know if you can see it here, it's actually clear staff. Don't really understand that, but as I said, I've only watched like a little bit of the show. Who knows? The main reason I bought these, aside from Splinter, who I bought just because size-wise he's actually very nice. I may try to do a flocking on him, and actually do the flock for fur, but I don't know. I've been trying out a lot of things lately. These guys are only about $7 to $10, depending where you get them. If they're more than that, don't buy them, because Walmart has them for $7.77 right now, at least in my area. I've seen them for about $8.88 as well. They're pretty inexpensive. The reason I like these guys, they don't actually look anything like the characters from the show. Characters from the show look kind of boxy, I guess is the word. But whoever sculpted these toys did it just enough to pass for the show. Because all the other toys, Shredder, April O'Neil, they all look extremely like they're from like a 90s animated, like Batman, the newer Teen Titans, the Transformers animated. They look very awkward. These guys are actually, they look more like the original Ninja Turtles. They have kind of an Eastman Laird view to them, plus also an original Turtles toy. It's like whoever designed these and sculpted them did a really good job of mixing the aesthetics. Of course, Michelangelo's weapons. They come with the weapon packs, which I'm not going to show, but they're just like the old ones where they're on those weird. Their normal weapons aren't on them, but they have a bunch of extra pseudo. Like his nunchucks, he's got like a couple other things that are available. They really didn't play to me because I probably won't ever take those out. I'm going to be doing a few modifications to these guys, but if you see here, wrist swivel. They have somewhat of a twist there on their elbow. These completely swivel around and move. Head is actually on a ball joint, which that was not expected. Each piece, this isn't painted, this isn't colored, this is a different piece. This is like a soft rubber. Shell is a different piece. The only part that's really painted on are the pads and this is glued on here, but they're masks. Yeah. It's got no waist articulation, but I'll take that. That's not an issue. Hip. Here, I mean, almost everything swivels. These are almost Revoltech quality poses. You could probably shave a little bit off here and there to make them pose a little better. They're actually fine for my preferences. They all have the same posability. The odd part is that each one is a different sculpt. That I did not expect. I thought they'd be all the same. You can see here these guys are both standing up next to each other. Donatello's considerably taller than Michelangelo, which is cool. Leonardo, he's a little bit taller. He's kind of in between the two. And then Raphael, who looks like he's roid raging here. That's about the height scale. They're all different colors, kind of like that was something they kind of introduced in the movie line of toys back in the 80s. They wanted to have them look slightly different. They didn't actually follow the same schemes, which is weird, color-wise. But there's a lot of hidden details in these guys that I think I want to actually bring out. All their weapons do hold here. I hate these nunchucks because, I don't know if you can see it, by squeezing these to fit into his holster, it's actually creating stress marks. That's not going to be a problem because I plan on replacing these and painting them much better. But this part right here is not looking so hot. But I'll be replacing that with actual chain. All their weapons do hold in here. Into their holsters, sheaths, etc. Raphael's actually the one that I don't like. He actually was my favorite back in the day. Michelangelo was my favorite on the show, but toy-wise, I loved the Raphael. I have no idea why. They're pretty much the same thing, but I just liked Raphael better. I could throw him around and hear people. He's got a little scratch here. He seems almost like he's a monkey in build. His arms are longer than the rest. He doesn't quite have the posability of the other figures either. I don't understand that. Don't know why they did that. I guess that's part of when you have each one of them have a different toy mold instead of using the same one and augmenting them. That's what happens. But I am in love with these guys. I'm really hoping they bring out a Slash. If not, I may have to make one out of probably a Raph here, because he seems like the type. If they don't come out with that, I'm going to be angry. Metalhead from, he's one of the characters from the old show that they brought back in the new one. He looks really awesome. Still haven't seen any toys for just about anything else aside from a couple of the goofy... I'm sorry, Shredder is the same size as the Turtles. They're supposed to be like 4 foot tall. Shredder's supposed to be like at least over 5 feet. Size-wise, there are some issues I have with the toys. But I'm planning on fixing those with maybe some 7-inch wrestling toys or something. But yeah, that's... if you're just a mild Ninja Turtle fan, these are still awesome. If you're expecting the show, these are yet again awesome. But if you love Ninja Turtles, these are a must get. Huge back when I was a kid. They're looking like they're huge again. They're just posability wise, they're great. They're nice to have on the shelf. Unless you're really huge into it, I would not get any of the other figures aside from these guys. And as I said, Metalhead he fits the size, and he does look like the older Metalhead from the cartoon. For those who don't know, Metalhead is the robot version of the Ninja Turtles. Krang, who is out, is like an amalgam of the old show, the newer show, the Tmnt from, I believe it was Fox Kids or one of those. He's just an amalgam of like all the different brain Utroms, everything all thrown together into one. and then they changed his name to Krang, like 2 A's. I don't get it. They're just going to mix everything. He does not have the big fat body, which kind of disappoints me, because there's a lot of throwbacks to the old show, but his new one is, they're more like Agent Smiths with holographic armor. It's kind of weird. Not really liking that. I might buy a Krang just to stick it inside of a fat sumo wrestler body or something. But these guys, aside from paint apps, will be exactly the same. I'm not augmenting them, aside from Michelangelo's chains on his nunchucks, because those are just terrible. One of these days I'm going to go to squeeze it and it's just going to snap in half, unless this is some really heavy duty plastic. But like, as I'm doing it, you can see it turn white. Stress marks are no good for toys for me. But yeah, I would say 9.5 out of 10 if you like Ninja Turtles. Get these guys. You might even be able to not get Splinter and be happy, because he is kind of weird and looks like he's a calico or something. I don't really understand the weird. I've never seen a rat that looked like that. And if you have rats that look like this in your country, I apologize, and I'm sorry for you, because that is freaking weird looking. But yeah, go pick up these turtles. Next time you see them, they're going to be completely different. I might even do a tutorial on how to change their colors if you are